Oh, 7 Avia. Oh no, Annakuma's got an ad! Thank you for the follow, though. Thank you so much for the follow. Bad streamer? Shut up, Sean. You wanted me to hang out with you like 5 minutes before stream. You were like, I'm gonna go get food. You wanna hang out? And I was like, dude, I'm streaming. Dude, what's up? How are you doing today, Annako? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Writing co-law officers. Oh my god, that was hard. Abandoning you. Hey, we might be doing Valheim later, alright, buddy? To see a stream? Yeah, because you haven't been able to watch them recently, have you? Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? Internet access is heaven. Nice. But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pros did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Heh. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow, how'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Look, this girl literally is a spirit medium. Why does she need magic tricks? Not only can she, like, sometimes summon people, but she turns into them. Like, you know, if she goes on a date and she's feeling down and, you know, has self-conscious issues, she could get her sister to channel into her and have big boobies. You take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. That's what happened to me, I think, was figuring out magic tricks. It ruined magic for me forever.
That's not lucky.
Oh my god! Warted, thank you so much for the 7 gift subs. Thank you. Oh, you got Papa. No, wait, no, that's Boris. Never mind. Boris. No one cares about Boris. I thought it said Papa Picosa for a minute, and I was like, you got Papa Picosa? But no, it was Boris. You got crumpets, though. Look, they both have Papa in the beginning, alright, mate? Alright, mate? She should be able to fly away from a crime scene. She would be in jail for less. This girl has been in jail more than any of the criminals I've seen. But thank you so much for the gift subs, Warted. You also got Acrylic in that. Acrylic is amazing. Which is the point. He's not here, but... Acrylic is a very good bean. If you want chill streams, Acrylic is the chillest of all streams. Genuinely, I love chilling in his. I lurk mostly in his because he streams when I'm either like hanging out with people or just doing stuff. But Acrylic is a good bean. Alright, let's have a look. There's a giant building just outside the window. Lately you've been holding huge events at the gate for it. It seems to have really become a top-class hotel. I wonder if that bellboy would remember us. He definitely would remember me. I'm just amazing like that. Charlie, a quite decorative plant. Nick, you've been watering the plant every day, right? I've been thinking about watering it too. Maya, we don't want to drown poor Charlie. But he get bigger. Does she want us to look like a tropical rainforest or something? Yes. That's what I want. You know about the new Steel Samurai movie they're making, don't you, Nick? Yeah, I heard that they're making a movie starring a new cast. It's already out. Critics say time to commit. Harakiri. If you miss this action epic, you don't say. You know, I bet the star will win this year's Hero of Heroes Grand Prix. Alright, already. I'll go see the movie. Yeah, let's hurry and wrap this place up so we can see it. I thought they stopped making Steel Samurai. I thought Steel Samurai got cancelled. And they were doing the Pink Princess now. Don't have time to sit. She's unusually clean. It's covered with dust. Maybe you should use your desk every now and again. so it's not unusually clean, it's dusty. Difficult-looking legal book standing in a formidable world, they mock me. Hey, I'm reading that one, you know? I'm studying the law now, right? I put that bookmark on the page I was reading. Don't you dare move it. What? You're reading these? A bookmark, huh? I mean, this thing was only on the second page. Well, you have to start somewhere. They're all kind of set in the same universe, that makes sense. You do realize that you have 1,000 pages to go, right? Maybe you really should sell all these books, Nick. Poor Maya. Poor Maya. Right, what have I got, actually? Crime-filled, Silk Hat. Oh yeah, he got his raise a week ago. Max 3 famous symbols. That was the hat, the cloak, and the roses. See, I remembered. He hit someone over the head with the bottle. The ventriloquist guy. That's just the map. The monkey. The monkey is either who we think did it, or it stole the murder weapon, basically, right? That was what my theory was. That whether or not the monkey did it, I'm up in the air. But I think the trophy that we picked up was actually the murder weapon. I think that's where I got to in my deductions last time. Then we got the ring. That was how he died. The box, and that's the seasoning. That's all we've got. As I said, it wasn't so much I'm blaming the monkey. I'm just saying he might have stolen the murder weapon afterwards by accident because he likes shiny things. Being out stream lurking so that I'll be driving and busy quite a bit. Dogma, I'm happy that you'll be lurking. I do hope that everything goes really well for you, buddy. Mad monkey. We'll have to start the monkey now, not the cat. I'll go to the detention center first. December 29th, detention center, visitor's room. Here he is. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do that special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Maybe don't agree to these things. Fabulous, exactly. Let's start the monkey. Max, do be fabulous? He is very fabulous. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's so quiet, you could forget he was even there if he wasn't watching everything. He's pushed up against the wall, kind of like a magnet on a refrigerator. One day I want him to be the murderer. Hopefully one day he's the murderer. Max keeps sneaking glances up at the security camera on the wall. I wonder if he's still trying to be a star. He is a star. He'll always be a star. Alright, I just need to talk to him. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in a ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is just not something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. He doesn't know, he told me! I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. He literally told me. I'll be here just safely driving while here. Be safe, because, you know, it's not like I don't shout a lot at certain people for their bad habits in cars. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favour to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. He's a Formula 1 driver, guys. He won a Grand Prix. I'm still alive, aren't I? Every time I know you're going to be in a car, I panic. I want you to know this. After coming back and nearly having that accident that one time, every time I know you're in a car, I panic now. Until I know that you've reached wherever you're going safely, I panic. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? And it's not because of you, it's just because Croatian drivers sound like maniacs. To be honest though, I've told the story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. I'm sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling the story. What can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Kid, take a look at this. I just happened to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. Oh my god. It does look like a Formula 1 race. He literally looks pretty much like George Russell there. You know? Topless. This is what George Russell does. 100%. I definitely watched him on the podium and know that he was topless on the podium. 100% didn't rage quit Brazil. That is the first stage I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how trophies work. That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown gentle. I'm gonna go and do that, guys. Shall we go and be his wingman and being an obnoxious prick? I feel like we should. December 29th, Berry Big Circus, circus entrance. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give it a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't gonna work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said he tried his idea for a new routine, so we're trying to sing in a round for our newfound Triller quiz match. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. You're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we've got a grip on the basics, it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. I still want to know why his dummy looks like Pee Wee Herman. I don't even think it looks like Slappy or whatever he's called from Goosebumps. I genuinely feel like he just looks like Pee Wee Herman, you know? He's got that Pee Wee Herman look about him. I don't want to examine anything. I want to present this picture though. Do you mind taking a look at this? It's... I guess we won't need to look at this after all. Oh, I was hoping there'd be something interesting. I'm hoping we could have been obnoxious with it. I'm sad. I like being obnoxious. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in his gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing his symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her, even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts, is it? Is it? I don't like waiting around. I don't agree with this puppet. This puppet is a bit of a weirdo. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya, she's so red, she looks like a fine, ripe tomato. I've erased Trilogy from my memory. I like when he explodes. When you find that he's been lying and he explodes into pieces. So how's this new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routine's a secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. It sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because the jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Former should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. Mark my words, I, Triloquist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, your boat will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, but one of the more mature songs is best. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up, you gotta be part of this too. Does he say anything more with this? I would like to show it to Trillo, not Ben. Alright, let's move. Move here first. Lodging House Plaza. My boy! He's back! Look at him! Look at how beautiful he is! Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? Huh. I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Yes, I do. Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not going to get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. True. Oh, yeah, it's today, isn't it? Oh, shit. Yeah, it is today. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like he's bound himself up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room? Behind the window up there. The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's going to start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Shivers. For Francisca Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the monkey. The monkey. Yo, Hulk. Yo, my dude, how's it going this morning? I'm sorry I didn't get out of bed in time for your stream today. I did pop in for like 5 minutes on my phone, then it was like, you know what, I need more sleep. And then kind of rolled over, and then my mum called and said, shouted at me, I should say. Shouted at me. Called up was what I was going for. Called up to me and said we were having McDonald's, and I forgot about everything and just sat there waiting for my McDonald's to arrive. But I hope your stream went well. I will give you... Work is ending soon, so you have to leave. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope you have a good day, though. I hope the rest of your day goes well. And I do pray that one day you will get that flat torso that you're looking for. Let me just do a shout out for Hawk. Yo, Grandmaster Player, how's it going? Bob Hawk and Tony Hawk? Something like that. Something like that. I don't know if I've seen any sick tricks from Hawk yet to say that he's like Tony Hawk. But yeah, if you're not following Hawk, Hawk is another wonderful streamer that I follow. He is an American, so he does more American streams. Obviously, mine aren't even a decent time for Europe. Half the time. Half the time people are at work or just, you know, busy themselves. You recently bought a Tony Hawk skateboard for your kids? Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I'm examining. Yo, Uni, how's it going, buddy? I hope you had a nice Crimbus. This is the condenser for the air conditioner. It hasn't been used in a while. What? How'd you figure that out? You're not making things up now, are you? Hold your horses. It was easy to figure out. It was snowing before the murder, right? Well, look at the condenser. The snow was still piled on top of it. Wow, Nick, I'm impressed. Maybe you should be a PI instead of an attorney. Well, I definitely am as well. I'm definitely one of both. 3 out of 10? Sorry to hear that, buddy. I feel like a lot of us had kind of meh Christmases this year. Something covered up by his tarp. An old sign, perhaps. Nick, look out! They've got the killer trap behind that tarp. What? It wasn't funny? You know, it wouldn't have hurt you to look even a little bit surprised. Phew, she didn't notice I was too scared to talk. Alright, buddy. Alright, I'm proud of you. This safety light was on at the time of the murder, wasn't it? That's what they say. There were performers in the lodging house, so it makes sense that it was on. I bet the killer was worried that someone would spot them during the crime. It's gonna be the acrobat. An acrobat could fly away. As much as the magician can fly away. The acrobat is more, like, able to fly away using the tricks he knows than the magician who needs to be wired up. Do you live in my car? I'm sorry to hear that, Uni. That fucking sucks, buddy. Do you have any place, like, that you're looking to get into? The ringmaster's body was found here. I heard that the way he fell over made him look like he was carrying a wooden box. But what in the world really happened here? Right, what is that? Lodging house, first floor, Mo's room. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Aha, 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 aha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. There's nothing new in here to look at. Oh, I hope things sort themselves out for you at some point, Uni. That fucking sucks. Especially over Christmas, having to live in your car and stuff. Very big circus, big top. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers. Technically, he's not a wild tiger. Hey, it's a rope. Probably for tightrope walking. That's a bit strange. There aren't any tightrope workers in the show when we saw it. But Max, but he literally told us. There doesn't seem to be anything here that can help us, not a single clue. You know, I've been meaning to ask you, what exactly do you mean when you say clue? What are you looking for? A bloody chainsaw, for instance. Oh, we saw this the last time. Right, there's no one here. Let's go in here. Big top ringmaster's room. Max and the ringmaster had to talk in this room. It could have been the ringmaster. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat, and they call this the face of someone who already knew that. What? Scrap of white paper sticking out the coat pocket. Huh? Where? Calm down, Mike. You can't just go rummaging through people's coats. You always make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I want to know what's on that bit of card. Yo, End It! How's it going, buddy? I hope you and Christian had a good day. I haven't been able to talk to you, even though I was in Hawks thing last night. I hope you and Christian had a lovely Christmas. Someone must have had a lovely Christmas. Well, Sean had a lovely Christmas. I already know Sean had a lovely Christmas. Sean has told me he had a good Christmas. Look at all the cute trophies, indeed. Just look at all the awards the circus has won. Alright. Beer belly balloon bounce. Beer belly balloon bounce. That's my favourite one to say. I can say all those words. I've been saying that because I'm deaf, I can't say a lot of mouth sounds. But buzz we can do. But I can do, and it's always nice to do it. We did have a nice Christmas. Nice. How was my Christmas? It was alright. I streamed in the middle of the day. I did like a 4 or 5 hour stream, and it was really cool. A lot of people showed up. We had some good times. We cried because I played a sad game, and I made everyone cry. So then we did some play up. Because I made everyone cry. As you do. What about here? Big Top Cafeteria. Ah, right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction? Buzz, wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what is your answer? Because they're in the cafeteria. Exactly, it's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is this a Mexico joke that I just don't get? Look, I even have a Mexico emote. Because one of my favorite Formula 1 drivers are Mexican. I didn't get the joke. It's just an unfunny joke good. I feel dumb for not understanding what the basis of that joke even was. The eye part was unnecessary. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. Can I show him this? Ah, not this picture. She showed it to you guys too? Huh? You seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Sergio Perez? Exactly. The emphasis on tear was the joke. Fair, fair. Yeah, I love Sergio Perez. For some reason, there is a reason. I had a dream about him being my best friend. And since then, he's been one of my favorite drivers, just because of that dream. That dream was, like, super important to me. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust, too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's busts. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. I learned something, guys. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. We even used to fame no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly. How can you not laugh at a stunning comedy like that? Kinda hate what Max did to him at Brazil. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of how Max and I'm a fan of some of his driving. I do enjoy watching Max drive. I'm not a fan of Max Verstappen the person though. And that's why I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. I know Lewis has chilled a lot now, and he might be a bit different. I haven't really watched Formula 1 in a while, so jury's out on how I feel about Lewis until he's actually winning races. But it was why I didn't like Lewis Hamilton when he came in. And I know like a lot of drivers can be like that. Like Sebastian Vettel was like that. Alonso was still an asshole. But it's the way you do it sometimes, you know. It's just the kind of the way you do it. And Verstappen, the way he acted was just so up his own ass. Like, he wouldn't be where he is without Red Bull backing him all the time. You know, and it was so important for Red Bull to get that 1-2 in the championship. Just fucking let your teammate pass and get that 1-2 in the championship. And as it was, they didn't get the 1-2 in the championship because, you know, I totally blame Max for that. Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. I swear, that creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se. It was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a Cyclops. You must be telling the truth. Right. Max's bus should be on the small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bus disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Right, we've got a picture of the bust. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's setting up a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. Quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there is this one tinsy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us what changed. You missed the large busts? You did miss the large busts. Well, on the morning of the crime, over on the bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I can see its title. Yikes! It says, to the murderer. Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it's been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Right, the note's been added. Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Right. Bulletin board for bulletins. Doesn't seem like there's any useful clues posted here. Boring. Maybe we should leave a juicy tidbit for someone to read. Juicy, you know, like a fake clue. Maybe something like message from the killer. Wait! That's technically what we got! This song gets on your nerves after a while. I don't know, I like circusy type stuff. I can see why it would be annoying, to be fair. Move. Big top. Move. Is there anyone in here now? No. Big top. To be fair though, that whole clown thing, the mole thing, is meant to be super annoying, I think. Wait, no, let's talk to him. I'll show him the picture. He's not gonna say anything to that. What about this? Oh, Ben, stop being useless! My dude, please! Can I... No. Right, so I'm missing something. Let's go to the detention center and see if we can... Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. Company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it in the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written in that thing? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Alright, so we're going to be able to talk to her, I'm guessing. What about this? What about this? Fabulous. You'd like me to sign this for you? Right. No. Right. No. Alright, no. Just no. Game, please. Right. Move to the big top. Move to the ringmaster's room. And that's gonna be that then. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what this is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 PM tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 PM. That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Right, nice. Been expertly cleaned and pressed. It's got one perfect crease. The ringmaster must have liked things neat and tidy. This is kind of pointless, isn't it? There's no way this beats Mo's room. Now that's cool. All I can hear in my head right now is aha, 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 aha. Right, move. I guess... Oh! Big Top Cafeteria. Mo's not here anymore. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it's making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. Alright, so he's gone. That's all I need to know. To the entrance. Here we go. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat finally, but with Miss Von Karma... Beep, 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 beep. Nick, what is that? That beeping sound? It's Miss Von Karma, huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something. If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, quick. See ya, pal. I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind is biting us. Ow! It's biting us lashes from a whip. Von Carnage, you really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. I mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news. Ha ha ha, national news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internally. Or internationally even. Internally. Of course it will be known internally. Oh my god, you've got Mexican flags? Where did Mexican flags come from? Why does Sarah have Mexican flags? I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Tomorrow's trial. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? Long-term goal for her to emigrate there. Oh, nice! That's pretty cool. That's a cool goal to have. Does she have a reason it's gonna be Mexico? Does she like it? Has she got family in Mexico? I should just go and ask her these questions, but I'm gonna ask you instead, boy. Ha, I'm amazed she picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags in your head. We've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more? Conclusive witness. You must mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in a summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's a final nail when you're copping, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah. I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this, or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth, I knew it. She was a Miles fan. She wants that edgy dumpy. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karmer? Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. There he is. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he is gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name von Karmer. I'm gonna find him. And then, I'm gonna teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick. Miss von Karmer, what? I don't know if you're a God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you to today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick, let's go. We need to talk to the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Oh, she's gone. I can't show her anything. Being stuck at home for a long time due to events have had an impact on it. Fair. It's a cool goal to have. Like, I don't really have a goal like that. I wish I had a goal like that. I wouldn't know where I'd want to move to, though. Oh, he's got burps! He's got a cockatiel! Guys, look, he's got a cockatiel! You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well. That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope with a flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Oh. Ew, it's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. Guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things. He's even got a motorcycle exhaust. What do they call this thing? Oh, a tuber, right? Of course it's a tuber, silly. You didn't know that. Hey, it's a picture of Regina. Well, she is a shining beauty. No objections here. Right. There was something there, guys. I want it known there was a trophy there at some point. Money must use this to swing around on. Go ahead, Nick. I know you want to ride on it too. Maybe later. I do want to ride on it. Hey, the necklace is ripped. Money must be... Wait, no, it's really red this. I think so. Monkeys live life above the rim, you know. No, this is the joke. Nothing else is new. Nothing else is new. You can see the big top from the window here. There's no snow on top of the big top. Kind of weird, don't you think? The inside of the tent is warm, so any snow that lands on top probably melts. I guess you're right. Snow probably just slides right off. You assume Mexico wasn't nice? What do you mean? It's just a Pepe with, oh my god, what are they called? Maracas and a sombrero. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. It's got something to do with Bard, and you should go straight to the source. Huh? Regina, ask her about it. Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him. Aqua won't even look at it. It looks like something is really weighing on him. What? Wait. This man's in a wheelchair. This is going to be it, isn't it? Everyone's going to be like, well, this man's in a wheelchair. He can't commit murder. His room's on the 3rd floor, though. And there's no elevator to go up. We had to run upstairs. I know you can get up and downstairs in a wheelchair, but by the look of it, he's on his own with his birds and his monkey. There's also footprints on the floor right there. Muddy footprints. I haven't noticed that before. Wait. You can't look at them, but look, there's muddy footprints on his floor. That actually can be explained by Ben, to be fair. Ben did come in here, to be fair. Oh wait, I'll still know what's showing him stuff. I haven't shown him this yet. What do you think of this? I'm sorry, but in my present physical condition, I don't really know much about what goes on outside this room. Oh, well, sorry. Don't worry about it, no need to apologize. He also wasn't there yesterday. He was nowhere to be seen yesterday. Maximilian Galactica, right? Aqua, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. And one night, they decided to run away from it all without me. Huh? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. Seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he's school with Regina. He definitely did. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. You can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Aqua's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? Lots of secrets in my circus too. I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. You went there for rehabilitation. What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What happens in the circus stays in the circus. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see, the scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying. I am absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. We're here to figure out what happened in the circus. True. True. But a circus without a ringmaster, is it truly a circus anymore? Or just a bunch of idiots being idiots? Nick. Can I talk to Regina before I do anything else? Is Regina anywhere? Wow, Wartage, you're taking away Leo's fun. Here we go. Grrr. Got a bad feeling about this. Grrr. Grrr. If there's a circus tent and it is a circus, is that how it works? Don't need... Fair? Fair? Then what this means is we have to fail the case so that what happens in the circus stays in the circus, right? Then all of Twitch would be a circus. Is it in his office working? Very fair, very fair. Oh, West Finch. I pressed completely the wrong thing. I hydrated. Let's get to movements. To chair yoga. 1 minute. Your brain hurt to do anything? Very fair, very fair. Are you actually going to work tomorrow? Because it's only a half day tomorrow, isn't it? All I know is I'm a cat. You're a well-fed Christmas cat. Maybe not the rest of the year, but a well-fed Christmas cat. Yeah, probably. I guess at this point, you're just going to be bored if you don't go into work anyway. And then you've got a long weekend to look forward to. Do I? I meant it sarcastically. I meant you're bored now. You know, then you've got a long weekend of being bored ahead of you. Are you a cat that ran away to the circus in hopes of being a tiger someday? I plead the fifth. Right, done. That is done. The stretch is done. I am done. Yeah, Nick. Wonderful. Today's special must be Filet au Phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. Mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? I don't think she likes monkey guards. We're aware of the fifth. Leo tries to plead the fifth quite often, and we have to remind him he's not American, therefore can't really do that. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket. I guess I noticed it was there. It was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Arco his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. And I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realise the piece of paper was in your pocket. Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't play it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How do you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. So is Regina the murderer, then? Is Regina the one that did something? Not like the murderer of this, but like, for this note. Is she the murderer for that, I wonder? There's no denying it. Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max. She's already flown off into her own little world. Nick, I want to try flying too. Okay, I'll think about it. Right. No. Nothing. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I wouldn't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah, when Leon died, I talked to my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. It's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you. It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. You must be attorney, huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd give my costume back to me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Gladly, but of course I'll get it for you. Alright, Phoenix, alright, calm the fuck down. Leave it up to us. Guess it's no turning down that request. Yeah, you're really gonna do it. Alright, can we go... Is it gonna be in the bedroom? Let's have a look. Aqua's room. No. Right. We might have to actually just find the monkey. We might just have to find the monkey, guys. We might just be going to look for the monkey. Wait, no, I have tried to show him this stuff. There's something back more in there. Here we go. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Bistro Dessert, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here. Those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do? That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Aqua's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger. He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Aqua was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. We think you're trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo. All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know? The tragedy, you know? What is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Don't we need to get over the death of the ringmaster? Like, that's not a weird thing for him to say, surely, right? I don't feel like that would be a weird thing to question. It must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yes, yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dan. Correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? No, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone could get over this tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like we were talking about something from a long time ago. Eek. No, I'm right, aren't I? Oh shit. There's something else. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. As old men have accidents, I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? Right, I'm thinking about time I had a look at some of these. Take that! Get over it. No, please tell us about what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich fan myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident, would it? I don't think I can do that. Does she have nothing else to say? I wonder what they mean by murder. It's like some sort of soap opera. It's kind of strange. Strange is probably too nice of a word. That's just her going about Matt. Yeah, no, still just going about Matt. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria. Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not. I remember seeing it in there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Right. What about this? What can you tell me? I'm not really good at figuring out hard things. Alright, no? I feel like I'm not going to get anything else from her for that. Right, let's talk to these two idiots. Ben, you're not helpful at all. Why are you not helpful? Right now, I want to do the... there. Oh, there's something in Mo's room. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. So stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Oh, it's looking for the monkey. Yeah, Nick, it's money. The monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing. That means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. I can ook at it, basically? Excuse me? Yikes! See, even Scooby got excited about that. I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him, I really did. Nick, I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it, Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. It's not Maya's size at all. I love the fact it actually adds. It's not her size at all. Poor monkey. I was very nice to that monkey, I'll have you know. I talked to it in its own language. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys not too much in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the line she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth, you know, grah. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. Sure he was screaming because they loved seeing me do that. Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon, yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Oh, so this, right, so that's what I've got to show the Mo. I was never going to win the argument in monkey language. I'll have you ook, 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 ook. Alright, Sean? Mo wasn't here.
Take that!
I'll have you know, I talk so many animals. I'm a professional animal talker. I want burgers now, guys. I really want a burger. Here we go.
Take that!
I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you... I told them so many times. Shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this, too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... No, it's the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything. Oh, it's gonna be, Acro, because this accident happened 6 months ago. Monkey burger? No, you don't eat monkeys. You befriend monkeys, you know? Like Akbar. I had McDonald's this morning. I had a McDonald's breakfast this morning. That's not a burger. That's a sausage.
Take that!
It must have been Acro, right? How do you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Pork burger, I guess. It doesn't feel like a burger, though. I want a proper burger. It's just like you said. You know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive. When he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital, and that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. But brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Who's Acro's younger brother? Sean Dingling. Sean, it's you! Sean! You're a vegetable, I'm afraid to tell you, buddy. Monk burger. You shouldn't eat monkeys, Leo. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you not to eat monkeys. Monkeys are your friend. Do you want to eat Luffy? Is that what you're getting at? But everyone always called him Bat. Am I a tasty vegetable? Maybe. But we'll have to give you a bite if we ever get to the hospital. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden, Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why'd you do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. He? You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Sean isn't in a coma? I mean, Sean might be dead by the look of that. Some sick grin. No way, that's impossible. A smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? Shock. Never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka 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 shaka. A Sean burger? Now, I'll allow you to eat Sean. You can have Sean for a burger. I'm sorry, Sean, but it looks like Lyle might be eating you. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. A tune. Nice, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and sip on a banana peel. That's basic clownmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Heh heh, does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. But Bat? From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together. You look perfect together, huh? Right. That's the whole point of Muckle Workers, the clone burgers. True! I'd really forgotten about Muckle Workers, you know? It's been so long since we sent out the clones or ate you or anything else. Leo is bringing back Muckle Workers. What do you think about this person? Sorry. I've already given my heart to another man, so I'm not interested in enrolling in your dating service. Oh, right, apparently the intelligent thing of talking to this girl about the love of her life isn't the thing I'm meant to be doing. I should have known. We do have to, right, let's have a look and see if we've got what we need for Akko's box then. Mr. Wright, back again I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Akko's hiding while his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Boom. Boom. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice. Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real case, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. After all, you're really telling me that practice accident was the cause of your injury. I'm gonna try the lion first. Because the thing is, it's gonna be about this. Like, he might have fallen when he saw what happened to his brother. So it's either gonna be his brother or it's gonna be the lion. I feel like the lion might be the first one, and then his brother might be like a second or third one.
Take that!
Leon, 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Wait, what? I know I'm on the right track, I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone, which is your brother. But it was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got your terrible injury. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo, but he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Aqua's last cyclet lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you were still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being invasive. Is it gonna be Regina then?
Take that!
Regina, you always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her, saying things like she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite a set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. Ha ha ha. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Doe, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Is that gonna be that? Because she had it. She went to his room and then went to the kitchen and realized she had it. So it has to be this, right?
Take that!
Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning. Yo, how's it going, Candle? I hope you're having a good day. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. I did it, guys! Right. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Didn't you know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too, but that line was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing, and that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon jumped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up... What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again, and that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, you were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf, it was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. Coma or decapitated? I'm impressed that he's not decapitated, to be honest. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down a bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss Von Karma, I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served the summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it, I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. Oh. Into the trial we go. I still love the fact that I just have a really random save from Turnabout Goodbyes there. I think I got scared that I was gonna just die, so I fucking decided to just save just in case. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina? How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. But fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo? Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning? That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain functions. I mean, do the early birds get the worms? Because from what I get, like, we have our little group that says good morning every morning in Discord. From what I get from them all being up early is that we're all miserable. There are no worms that we seem to get. We just seem to, like, sit there and go, I want to be dead. Can I go back to bed? That seems to be the gist of the, you know, early birds. Aha. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Bright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Afro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. All I've got to worry about is how thin a tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth. You're right, but it's going to be tough. Oh my god, Sean, you've changed the colour of your name. That's freaky. I'm so used to you being red. I don't think it matters what time it is. You can buy worms from your nearest fishing store anyway. True. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. There's something sad about Mo. Or is this the blue clone? It might be the blue clone. He's going towards my colour. Look, we're not the same, but he's going towards my colour. Actually, he is my colour. No, he's a bit brighter than my colour. You can buy mealworms. That is also true. For the fishies. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defense is ready, Your Honour. Very well, Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. This is so weird. I'm gonna have to get used to this now. It's a blue Sean. Order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. A bit insensitive when, you know, the person on the stand is in a wheelchair. Name and occupation. Ken Dingley. Everyone calls me Acro. He's the murderer, guys. I can tell you why he's the murderer. Because he gave the name right away. You see, this is the thing. When they give you the name right away, they're dead. Oh my god, Ward. I hate you. Look, I am just a simple idiot, okay? You change the colors of your name, I get confused. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room was on the 3rd floor, the crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. What do you mean, oh no? Oh no. It's happening, I'm now confused. What are you telling? Especially because you're now Wharton's color. Oh no. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 PM and I was resting in my bed. Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. And a few moments later I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Look at all the burbs. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Well, it's always been pink to my knowledge. I mean, he does look a bit pink. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. That's just being Welsh, though. The second... Oh my god, Wharton, I hate you. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Carmen, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh wait, no, wrong button, it's this one. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close the curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Haha, sometimes I do make myself useful in these changes. Ow! The witness will proceed with his testimony. I hate you all. I hate you all. The room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes, and you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct, but you were still able to hear a sound from outside. I was indeed. Pressing Apple doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradiction in what he just said. I don't think so. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? No, nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth, and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I was just strengthening his testimony. I wonder if after his statement jives with the facts. There's anything there. Yo, Kate, how's it going? Getting ready to whip me. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette again outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? Clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with this latest bit of testimony. Oh, I know. You sleepy? Never do? I'm sorry to hear that. To be fair, most of the people here don't sleep well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Most of us don't sleep. At all, usually. And who knows something about that? There's a huge contradiction of the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction? The hat was on the floor. I sleep horribly, exactly, see?
Take that!
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means Acro. That you've been fibbing on the stand. You've been fibbing! War It is a rainbow? War It is gonna get banned in a minute. And then I realised it's bedtime. That's fair. I've got into the habit of just lying in bed and trying to force myself to go to sleep. It doesn't really work, but I do it. Order! Christian is the same as he doesn't take his trazodone. Fair. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness commit perjury in this court today? Acro was the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Barrow. You see, I wouldn't try to do something like that myself, because I feel like my problem when I go to sleep is more anxiety-based. I don't like sleeping because I feel like it's wasting my time, kind of thing. I know a lot of people feel that about sleep, but I get it in my head that I'm really wasting time, or that I won't wake up at a good time the next day, and all this stuff. So anything that then kind of like stimulates my brain will just have me awake for longer. So just lying in a dark room, usually I'm fine. And I used to take amitriptyline. But then I started to feel like I was having a heart attack every time I took it. Calling out Acro when he has to sit on this. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at your audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. And untrue. He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingley, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Aku is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Aku had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Aku have an accomplice? He doesn't like Regina. I don't see Mo being an accomplice. Bat is in a coma. We cannot go accusing Bat of not being in a coma. And I don't think Ben had anything to do with it. So I don't think I can say he has one. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to suck me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Aku planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order. What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Aku murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? The crime was committed. The crime was committed. Where was he? There? No way he was anywhere but exactly right here, in the plaza. It was at the scene of the crime itself. You're right, though. The murderer would have had to have met the victim. Ow! Miss Von Karma, stop it. You'll be quiet and refrain from striking people. The witness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Not to mention what Mr. Phoenix Wright just said. There was no accomplice, remember? Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance? Wait just 1 minute. Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. So then, he would be in his bedroom. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Aku's room. Pretty simple, eh? Aku wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there could be only one correct answer. Aku didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it. Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. He's very, very calm. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he's in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? I watch TV until my eyes won't stay open, which is the thing the dog said not to do. The alternative is to be alone with my thoughts. You see, that's my big predicament. It's like, because a lot of my sleep problems are anxiety-based, I get very anxious, so I want to have sound on. But sadly, because I don't have my own TV or anything, and my fan is quite loud at the minute, because I need to clean out my PC. When I go to bed, all I can hear is the fan. It doesn't matter that there's something on the TV. All I hear is the fan. And then I get anxious about the fan sound. So... I've been awake since 7 AM. Good luck, end it. I technically only need 4 hours and I'm fine. But it's getting up that's a pain with me. I have to, force myself to get up most mornings, sadly. But, when I had to go to work and stuff, I used to work on 4 hours. I am lucky that I don't need to sleep. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here, she's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Akro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of the murder against Russell Barry? Oh, is it going to be, that one. The bust went missing, like, a week beforehand. Oh, wait a minute! I need to check. The bust has a hat! I think I figured it out. I think I might have figured it out, guys. Or at least what the game wants me to figure out right now. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust is quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah. See, this is how Akro was able to kill the ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacticus' ample bust. He does have an ample bust. He has a fabulously ample bust. Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. An ample bust. Exactly, an ample bust. Except I have to wait for replies, the way in Kiss Be Good. I need a big brain email here. I try sometimes to be smart. How can you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Akro is an acrobat. You should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Akro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Akro. You can't run away from... Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we give proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? From Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't you see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. Hawkshaw? Doc Hawk, oh my god. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force in my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It is impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look, not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Says the person who literally fucking stalled for time. I can't let it get to me. I've got to focus. Akro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of the bus. Have you ever lifted up a bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own 2 hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before. Please continue with your testimony. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat and only my legs were injured. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in any race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean Nick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than an average bear. Oh! Oh, he's a bear! Guys, he's a bear like me! He can't be the murderer! Bears are innocent creatures.
Hold it!
And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window. No way I could have exerted that kind of force by my lonely body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves are severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey Nick, huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. The Aku knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Right, so that was my hint that I need to do something here. Oh! Would it be... Oh! Wait! This makes sense! So he'd know because possibly the wooden box, right? But the pepper proves... He probably had the pepper in there. Or the pepper was part of it. Because Regina sneezes using it. And his brother used to tease her with the sneezing. And he was trying to kill Regina, right? So what was the box? Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I am. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found. Wait! No! We never saw... we've got to believe that Ben saw the ringmaster going to the courtyard, right? And he wasn't carrying a box. So the pepper was always going to be the thing. Because Aqua would have placed the box there. And he would have wanted to use the pepper to figure out where Regina was. Maybe. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. See? See? I got there. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. Yes. I get where this is going. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. For fuck's sake. Alright. There's your hydrate well. Let me get Finch up. Or someone's visiting. Oh, Avy is visiting with Bubbles. Bubbles. See, as a kid, I think I would have struggled with these. If I got these games a lot earlier in my life, I think I would have struggled with them. I think the only reason I'm kind of big-braining some things, I'm not saying I big-brain everything, because I still get things wrong, but the reason I big-brain some of these things is purely because I've been playing a lot of point-and-clicks in the recent months. So, like, absolute bullshit logic is, you know, right up there for me right now. Which is a point. This game has kind of made me want to play, oh, what's the game with the clown? The point-and-click game with the clown. It's not even called an adventure game. It's called a hug-venture game. What's it called? Void, you must know. The hug-venture. Dropsy, that's it, Dropsy. Thank you, Leo. It kind of makes me want to play Dropsy. There we go. Got your stretches in. You're getting an extra stretch because my shoulders need a stretch. Now, I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. So specially made? Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature. It was... the contents, right? It'll be the contents. Do you recall what was inside the one? But I thought it was going to be the lock, because they made a big thing about the lock. But it could be the bear pepper. Do you recall what was inside the wooden box? There was only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't there? Get on with it. Well, what's the matter? Can't get your tongue? I don't see any relationship between the location of his head and the box's contents. I think I might have outthought myself. No, Nick, you didn't think enough. Mr. Wright, do you still maintain the box had some sort of special feature? Oh, right. The weight? The box has remarkable weight. According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means, and no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Don't call me a fool. Why are we letting his birds in? Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright, may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yes. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop that bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? The monkey! You already said the monkey did it! You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here, but this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? It was the monkey! It was the monkey! Maybe we should feed the monkey to people. Maybe monkey burgers are back on the menu. A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Aqua's room. Aqua's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometime and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new room for him. Order, I said order. Miss Von Karma, where is the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Aqua saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Saying money is really weird. You know, I keep getting confused when I say money that is a name. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Aqua was the murderer. Moron. Wow. I'm not a moron. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow. Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've gotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You've forgotten, I believe. I probably read that wrong. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical kind was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah. There is no reason to doubt the Count's testimony. If that's true, how do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? The bust, right? It's gonna be the bust.
Take that!
He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person most saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one of the cards in the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot, who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question has the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Don't, you caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? What? You took the cloak from the bus. It was the man in the coma.
Take that!
I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak? Well, furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bus, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene. I'm sorry. Alright, so it wasn't him. When she's so nice about telling me I'm wrong, it hurts even more. The famous Von Karma carrot and whip approach. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Then the only other person there would have been him, right?
Take that!
No, I'm gonna die. For 4, him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry. That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bus. Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally pulling all the pieces together. Oh! Didn't the clown only see him after the attack? So the cloak could have got stuck on the bus. Because the clown never saw the reason we realized the clown was wrong was because he didn't see the flowers, right? So the cloak kind of got stuck on the cards. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, do you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Our crew used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance to the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when our crew took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, so ridiculous. I need to watch the anime. I really need to watch the anime. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the coke up, which snapped into the bus. That impact also caused a sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the coke had already snagged onto the bus. Now, having completed the crime, after he naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bus being raised with the coke dangling on it, primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. He's too calm. He's too calm. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has to come to the end of his... He's come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale was true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my wit. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. There's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get us out of the jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Well, it's gonna be this again, right? Because the contradiction was the flowers, right? This is what we used last time. It's been a while since we played this. I think it's this. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday there were 2 contradictions in most testimonies. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? She asked me to talk, so I'm talking. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bus. If the cloak snagged onto the bus, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bus, it means the white roses would end up on the back of the bus. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bus. The back side of the bus. Order! Order! Order in the court! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. I know! I figured it out, though! I figured it out! I know it! Never even breaks a sweat. He doesn't. He's too cool. I hope he does have a, like, oh fuck me animation, though. I'd like to see a oh fuck me animation. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the oh fuck me ones. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Aku's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Aku deeply respected the ringmaster. Aku's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Recess. I might need to go and get more water in a second. In a second. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeepers, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst. But, I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Ho, ho, ho. Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. Huh? This was yesterday in Akru's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret, huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. Whose side is this boy on? Recess these pieces of evidence? All according to Big Hack. Oh my god. What did he mean by that part? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. My baby! My baby! Ah, don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Oh yeah, because wasn't milk, Sorry, I'm getting some nuts out, guys. Wasn't milk what he drank before performing to calm him down? Was he the one that drank milk? Or am I just thinking of One Piece? So was milk in One Piece this morning? Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Akru's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akru would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. One, you get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want an answer to. Gulp. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face now. And Mo. I mean, the fact that it come from the circus kind of feels like they're all backing him because they know he didn't do it. I'm pretty sure he said something about milk in the first trial, or the first part of the trial. Sorry, I need the nuts. You can't stop me. No one can stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable and hungry. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Akru would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Akru kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Let's do it. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. I will. I like his burbs, though. I think I've said it before. When I was growing up, I had a cockatiel. I love cockatiels. This is cute birds. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! Sniffle, sniffle. No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? Hey, Punky! Oh my god, now... Oh. Now I'm gonna die from nuts again. This isn't the first time it happened on stream. It was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things, but the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which makes this so difficult. He didn't mention Regina, though. No choking on nuts? You can't tell me not to choke on nuts. So then how long have you been a performer?
Hold it!
You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age. I begged the ringmaster to, and finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. The Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany, liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are a truly remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony, or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! Ow! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Dead down. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. Good. I like to be a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I think it's Regina. He wanted to kill Regina, right? Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Kitty style, my favourite sex position, I don't want to know. Order, bailiff. I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Aqua was trying to kill someone else? Yes, Regina. This is my moment to show that I'm big-brained.
Take that!
Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Aqua, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. You can easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Aqua would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Aqua was out to kill this young girl. That would be... that. Aqua, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Aqua wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 PM. She's saying that he called Russell Berry with that note. Defense is a meanie. Exactly. I want to get punched in the face by the bailiff. Why doesn't the bailiff come and punch me in the face? Hoping some kiddos at least show up today. We'll see. Hopefully you'll get something to do, buddy. Yes, but there's just one little problem. Aqua did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours is the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. Not when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Aqua gave us earlier today? Lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Aqua had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of the window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Aqua thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let the bus fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Aqua wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas and foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to this present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Very well then. If that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Is that going to be... Can't look at that. Yo, Horowitz! How is the foolishly foolish fool today? I was lurking in your stream earlier on. was watching One Piece. I have to admit, I was watching One Piece. How's your Christmas time going? It was foolishly foolish, exactly. Hey, Foolowitz. Oh, wait! It had pepper on it. So am I doing that with the pepper? Oh shit, this is gonna take so much life if I get it wrong. I feel like it might be this though. Half busy, half chill? But at least you got half chill. It's good that you got some chill time. Have a good day at Punky. Have a good day at work, Punky. Save. Good point. Wait, can I save? I can't save. Never mind. Mods are leaving. My mods are more chaotic than my viewers anyway. I think it's the pepper. I'll tell you why. Because he had the scarf on him. He had the scarf anyway, so... he was going to give the conclusive proof. Which was the pepper, because it was on there. But the proof was the pepper, right? That's what I'm going with. Fuck the system. Why do people hate the case? I'm really enjoying it. I'm intrigued to know why people dislike it. Is it the characters though? I could get people disliking the characters. Too much of the main story from what I know? That's a shame. I'm really enjoying it. I like circuses though. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good characters in it. I think it's this, because it was in the book. He had this. I'm so happy I read this, because I would have just chosen this just because it was a new thing. But I pepper, and I'm like, but that was actually in the books. I'm going with this.
Take that!
A true. No, I can't do that. I'm eating nuts again. Why can I not eat them like a normal person? Why is it every time I swallow them, I feel like I'm gonna choke? What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Without paying attention, I'll pay them one day. Fair, fair. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Wait, intended victim? I mean, she has a victim. Yeah, Leo's been dying. I want to point it out that I told him to look after himself because he sounded very ill 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Imagine if someone ever listened to me. He might not end up, you know, dying. What's gonna be back? It's Sean. It's the vegetable. Who is this? That is Akru's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. Sorry, I told you moment right there. I've tried to stay away from saying that and just give him, you know, just give him love and attention that he needs to get better. But he's slowly getting better and he's being, you know, chaotic again. Therefore, he gets the I told you so a little bit. Sure enough, last week. Well, it's more the fact that he gets sick, then he doesn't rest. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until he is incapable of moving. He's literally been dying for like 3 weeks now. Not chaotic enough. I can't wait for you to be full chaos again. I do miss you being chaotic. You being chaotic in Discord is my favorite thing. Like getting up in the morning to watch you being chaotic. It's fun. Sorry, I'm eating the nuts. No chaos? What do you mean no chaos? But more serious from now on? I don't believe you. I can't imagine serious sin. I mean, Hawk. I didn't have any insider information that other people didn't have. I even believe Horowitz came to a stream and was like, "You look like shit, mate." In a nicer way. It's not a stretch to see how Akru could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Yes, I do. About me, yes. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Akru's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. I warned you about Horowitz. Look. All of these boys are lovely boys. I recommend them all 100%. But don't believe that they're all, you know, lovey-dovey. There's a mean streak below the belt, you know? But when they start picking on you, you know, that's when you're friends, you see? The bullying comes out when they like you. Except for Shin. He's just lovely all the time. You are always lovely, Kay. So then what happened to Akru's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? No, it had pepper on the thing. Blind biting Bat was no accident at all. Or what? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akru's brother Bat. Oh my god, that was hard to say. I'm gonna steal stuff from you to watch my channel. Hawk is cringe though. You are not ugly, Dogma. 100% untrue. Oh, it is. What am I doing? I'm just sat here looking at the scarf. That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Oh my god, there's a bird attacking me! Has that happened before? Have I just been ignoring this? Look at the burb! And don't watch Hollowitz after he steals it all from me? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Excuse me, Your Honor? You stole 2 or maybe 17 things from a guy and you won't stop complaining. I'm just waiting until, like, you filter it all down to the actual good stuff. And then I'm going to take it all. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion, for a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling, however... Lions sneeze. Whoop, 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 whoop. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! That's just confirmation I'm the superior being. You gotta be kidding me. Well, what's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do, it's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Akro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. Ha. Ha ha ha. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Akro, you can't mean witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the line. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem has always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster... Where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust of the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Akro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. We've already looked in the room, so there's no point looking in the room again. Hard to swallow, get it? You used the birds to peck them to death? I mean... Death bird seems like a good thing to do. It might be worthwhile to search Akro's room. Well, why don't you go and search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned. Why with me? We saw him in action trying to murder you a minute ago. They'd murder Phoenix Wright quite fast, because he has got a hollow head, you know? Yvonne Carmen never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. Well, what did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bus was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bus wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. I'll whip you instead. There you go, she could go and whip you. End of story. Just wait a second, something funny about all this. Ha ha ha, it looks like you lack the final nail to put in my coffin. No, I don't. I will. I'll find it. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems this case has come to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Bust this case wide open, exactly. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Who shouted? Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? You need time to do what? Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your age, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. Murder weapon, where is Max's bust now? Sorry, I'm just sat here staring at this, confused. It can't be in the lodging house, and it can't be in the bike top, because the police would have searched there. Well, how could it be in the fucking courtroom? This is a huge fucking bust! We start experience as intense as these games. It's obvious, the bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? The bust can't be in the wheelchair. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say hide a bust under there. No! Ha 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 ha! Once again, your penchant for humour hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again, will you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool. How could you? You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch a surprise search in my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. You got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. It doesn't make sense! What? You can't hide a bust under a wheelchair? That's not how wheelchairs work! Has this game never seen a wheelchair before? I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know, I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems you finally arrived at the truth. Acro, yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for the crime. Acro. Oh, my brother, for fuck's sake. Stop pressing buttons, Anna. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard she couldn't help herself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother become a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So are you saying that you were a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd killed myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't, not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. It's possible since this video game character did it. I won. We haven't seen the fucking bust yet. How do we know it's there? He hasn't shown it to us yet. This court is adjourned. Objection! Get my fucking guy on the stand. Bring in Max. I don't believe this. I don't like this. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Akko, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max, 1 million of them. So thank you. I'll testify against you. I'll see you in court, Hollowitz. I'll see you in court. What's with the vibe in this room? Just thinking about Akro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Wow! She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Shit, sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. Well, what do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. To a testifying marathon? I mean, to be fair, I don't think me and Holowitz have enough life left in us for one of his marathons. He's got enough as it is. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I mean, he's attempted it and failed, so I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure I can believe that? Yeah, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. I don't fucking know. I'll just quit midway. True. We'll just shout at each other for a couple hours and then be like, the marathon will get ravine about 3 years from now. Hello, careful, there's a game in front of you. Thank you, Nina. I will do the stretch and the hydrate after I finish this case now, because I need to go and get a drink. Maybe it's his brother, because he wants to see his brother open his eyes again, right?
Take that!
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then until we can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand, but a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? Ah, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things, huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help him out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Barry. Max. Nick, it seems like everything is going to turn out right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. Oh my god. I see. What make the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Oh, Gumshoe still with Edgy! Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Akru's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. There he is! Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. The boyfriends are gonna be back together!